Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the brand Superchic Lacquer. So today I have their Fire Glow Neons collection, I have their Wildcat collection, and then I do have a one-time separate release polish to share with you. By the time this video comes up, all of these will be available. So in the description box, I will link the Superchic Lacquer site, I will link their Instagram page, and then I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. I do also have an affiliate code. It will be here on the screen as well as in the description. So the one polish release that I have to share with you, I'm not entirely sure on its continuing availability, but it is a Crackle polish for the 4th of July. And I wanted to definitely promote that one because they do plan on releasing more of this style polish. So if it's not available, keep your eyes out because it is a great polish and they do intend on releasing more later down the road. So their Fire Glow collection has 6 polishes. They are all UV reactive, so I did use a black light in some of my photos, and then the Wildcat collection is a 10-piece collection, and what I did with that is I showed everything. They are toppers that can be worn on their own. I did show everything on their own for my full manicures, and then I did a Skittles manicure with all of them plus the Fire Glow neons. I can't count, so I have 17 nail polishes in today's video and a variety of manicures, so let's go ahead and get started. So first we have Spicy, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmering, illuminating, rich Barbie pink shade with both light reflective and UV properties. And this is what she looks like under a UV light. So here's our first coat of Spicy. This one does cover really well here on this first coat. I got full opacity in just 2 coats. These do dry down very quickly, these neons, so bear that in mind. Try to work in as few strokes as possible and it'll pull less polish. So like I said, I got 2 coats. It is going to dry fully matte and with the slightest bit of texture, so you'll want top coat. I did use the Marvel Liquid Macro Top Coat from Superchic Lacquer for all of my swatches. It is my absolute favorite. Up next we have Cherry Bomb, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmering, illuminating, rich cherry red shade with, again, light reflective and UV properties. And this is what she looks like under the UV light. Here's our first coat of Cherry Bomb. This one also covers really well here on this first coat. Again, I got full coverage with this one in 2 coats. These formulas are very smooth. They're not too thick or too thin, but again, they do dry really quickly, so do work in as few strokes as possible. Again, this is going to dry down matte, so you will want top coat if you don't love that finish, but nothing is going to be difficult to remove in any of these neons, so there are 2 coats. Next up we have Flashpoint, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmering, illuminating, rich lemon yellow shade. Again, this one has both light reflective and UV properties. And this is what she looks like under a UV light. Here's our first coat of Flashpoint. This one is a little bit more streaky than the other 2 that we've looked at, so I did need 3 coats for full opacity on this one just to cover any kind of patchy spots that this one had. The formula is still good and easy to work with. Again, it is going to dry quickly, so you will want to work quickly and in as little strokes as possible to avoid the patchiness as much as you can. Again, this is going to dry down on the matte dull side, so I do recommend going in for top coat if you don't love that, and again, removal will be easy, so there are 3 coats. Next up we have Slow Burn, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmering, illuminating, rich sour green apple with both light reflective and UV properties. And this is what she's going to look like under that UV light. Here's our first coat of Slow Burn. This is another one that is just a little bit streaky and patchy here on this first coat, so I did end up needing 3 coats on this one as well. But again, the formula is pretty good to work with, not too thick or too thin, no running, pulling, or staining. I did do 3 coats for this one, like I said, as well. You will also want top coat to finish this off. This one was almost there in 2 coats, so depending on your application, you might be able to get away with 2. It is going to dry with some texture, so top coat will help that, and removal is easy. Up next we have Hotspot, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmering, illuminating, rich cyan blue. Again, this has both those reflective and UV properties. And this is what she's going to look like under that UV light. Here's our first coat of Hotspot. This one does cover really well here on this first coat. I was able to get full coverage in 2 easy coats on this one. I didn't have any kind of staining with this one either, but I do recommend wearing a base coat with all of your manicures anyway to avoid the potential of staining. This one is also going to dry matte, so you will want top coat if you don't like a matte finish, and it will be easy to remove, but it will dry with some texture. So there are 2 coats of Hotspot. Next up we have Blue Flame, and this is described as an intensely bright, popping, shimmery, illuminating, rich indigo shade, again with light reflective and UV properties. And this is what she's going to look like under that UV light. Here's our first coat of Blue Flame. This one is right there in between 2 and 3 coats. I am doing 2 coats today for my video, but when I rewore this to use it as a base for the toppers that you'll see in a little bit, I did need 3 coats. So anywhere between 2 and 3 coats. Again, it will have the same formula and finish, and removal will be easy. So there are 2 coats. And real quick, I did want to share this polish with you. It's called Fire Crackle, and it is a Crackle nail polish. This had a pre-order that ended on 6/26. However, I did want to share it with you because Jen did note that she plans on releasing more Crackle nail polishes. So this is a red holographic polish, a linear holographic polish, and it can be layered over any polish to give it a crackle effect. So I'm going to show it over a polish from the Glow collection. Here is 1 coat of Fire Crackle. I did layer this one over the Neon Yellow from the Glow collection. I did go in a little bit thick on this coat, so the crackle wasn't super duper crackly, but here it is sped up. It is going to dry fully matte, so I do recommend going in for top coat. And that top coat will help the holo stand out as well, and removal will be easy, so there are 1 coat. So at first here we have Holo Kitty, and this one is pure intense holographic effects is all the description says, but it does leave a linear holographic effect when you hit it with a magnet. Here's our first coat of Holo Kitty. So for all of the next 10 polishes, I'm going to show you what 2 coats looks like, 1 coat on its own, and then the second coat magnetized, and then I'm going to show you 1 coat over one of the coordinating neons that we just looked at. The formula on all of these are very smooth and very easy to work with. I didn't have any kind of running or pooling or uneven application on any of these. Very great formulas. I really especially liked these over the red, the ones that I tried them over, or the ones that I tried over red, I really, really enjoyed. Up next we have White Platinum Tiger, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with bright white platinum, and again all of these are going to be holographic. Here is our first coat of White Platinum Tiger. This is very similar to Holo Kitty in that I don't necessarily think you need both, but this one does have more of a silvery white cast, whereas Holo Kitty had more of a obviously silver holographic cast. Again, I'm going to show you what that 2 coats looks like, and then I am going to layer this one as well. I did really like this yellow combination, but it wasn't the most apparent with the magnetic effect, so bear that in mind. Next up we have Rose Gold Tabby, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with rose gold multichrome and or magnetic. Here's our first coat of Rose Gold Tabby. This is where things start to get a little bit different in this collection. The rest of them do have a kind of multi-chrome magnetic effect to them, which I really enjoy. I did again do 2 coats on this one. If you want full coverage, you could definitely wait to magnetize and do a 3rd coat. Nothing in any of these magnetic polishes will dry textured or be difficult to remove. However, they will dry on the dull side, so I do still recommend going in for a top coat if you're going to use these ones. So there are 1 and 2 coats. Next up we have Pink Panther, and this is described as holographic effects infused with hot pink multichrome, and then again we are working with the magnetic effect. Here's our first coat of Pink Panther, and this one is my favorite of the magnetic collection. I think this is just such a beautiful color combination, and it looked really beautiful over everything I put it over as well. Formula is the same, very smooth, not too thick or too thin, very easy to apply. There's our 2 coats being magnetized right there. And then I'm going to layer it over the blue. However, when I used any of them over the blue, I wasn't able to capture, for some reason, such a strong magnetic effect. So just bear that in mind. On video it looks good, in pictures it doesn't. Next up we have Copper Bengal, and this is described as holographic effects infused with a copper multichrome. Here's our first coat of Copper Bengal. This one has the same smooth formula to work with. I didn't have any issues with application across the board with this collection. Again, I'm going to show you this 2 coats. You will want top coat just to bring some life back to these polishes. And removal will be easy. This is definitely the second top pick of this collection for me. I thought it was stunning, and I thought it was absolutely beautiful over the Indigo from the Neon collection. So here it is with the rounded magnet, and that is 1 and 2 coats. Up next we have Sublime Calico, and this is described as holographic effects infused with lime green multichrome. Here's our first coat of Sublime Calico, and this one has the same formula. No issues with running, pulling, staining, any kind of application issues. Again, I'm going to show you this 2 coats. I do recommend going in for top coat just to smooth everything out, add some shine and life back to these manicures. Nothing will dry textured or be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats, and then here is 1 coat over the pink from the Neon set. I did really like this color combination, and it showed the shift really well. Next up we have Jade Jaguar, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with jade green multichrome. Here's our first coat of Jade Jaguar. Again, a stunning formula, very smooth and easy to work with. I didn't have any application issues with anything across the board. The shifty shimmer that's in here is absolutely stunning. One of my favorite kind of colors to have in a shifty formula. I do think this one shined really beautifully over black, which you'll see in my photo at the end of my swatch photos. I really liked this one over black. Next up we have Mer Leopard, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with an ocean blue multichrome. Here's our first coat of Mer Leopard. This one has the same formula, smooth, easy to work with. I am running out of things to say. I don't usually have 17 polishes to talk about in one video, also running out of breath, so I do apologize if I sound a little bit breathy, but here I'm going to show you these 2 coats, and then I'm going to hit it with the magnet. There are 2 coats of Mer Leopard, and then here we have 1 coat over the blue. Again, for some reason, whenever I did these over the blue from the Neons, it just didn't show the magnetic effect super well, but there is 1 coat. next we have Indigo Ragdoll, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with an indigo blue multichrome. Here's our first coat of Indigo Ragdoll. Same smooth, easy to work with formula. I'm going to show you these two coats today. If you want that full coverage, you can go in for a third coat. It is also recommended to shake the bottle of magnetic polishes. It will disperse the magnetic pigment a little bit better and help that magnetic line be more defined. So here we have it over the red in the collection Cherry Bomb. I do really like all of these over the red, but I couldn't bring myself to use the red that many times. And lastly for today we have Bleue Cougar, and this one is described as holographic effects infused with deep blue purple multichrome. And here's our first coat of Bleue Cougar. This is another one that I really enjoyed over the black. So I showed all of these as, I know we're on the last polish and I'm talking about this, but I did show all of these over a black, white, and just a random polish that I had on a swatch wheel. And I really liked this one over the black. I think they were all underwhelming for me over the white, but I really liked them all over the blacks. And then here it is over the blue again. I don't know why I kept choosing this color. I just kept hoping one of them would show up well, but for some reason they just didn't. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.